What is up, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Pat, aka Show Me Retro, and today that's exactly what I'm going to do. Show you some retro goodness that I picked up recently on Facebook Marketplace. Now, before we begin, if you are new here and you like what you see, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Also, turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload videos like this one. All right, so as I said, I recently picked up this massive NES lot on Facebook Marketplace for a super low price. There was a catch though. It was super nasty, like easily top 3 most disgusting lots that I've ever come across. So I'm going to clean all this up and then I'm going to show you what I got in the lot. Trust me, there are some gems in here, so you're going to want to stick around to the end for that. And there's a lesson to be learned from this pickup, which I will get into in a minute. This one's going to require the gloves, so let's get started. I wanted to give you a brief glimpse at what it's like cleaning a large lot like this and some of the products that I use. Now, one thing I would recommend, which I forgot to do here, is put a drop cloth down. So with all that out of the way, here's what I'm going to be using. First is some Flarp, which is basically slime. It's great for removing dust and grime from crevices. Next is Rain-X. Shout out to Ben Bizzle for this tip. It is way better than alcohol at removing marker. Then we got Goo Gone for adhesives, some 90% alcohol, Tire Shine for shining up the carts, got some paper towels, some 409 degreaser, a John Riggs 1-Up card, some Q-tips, wooden skewers, which are great for removing dirt from tight corners, a large jug of vodka and seltzer, which definitely gonna need for this job. And finally, a bucket of warm water and some Dawn dish soap. And away we go. Now obviously this has been sped up and cut down, but I'm sure you get the idea. And every product on this table has a specific purpose, and they're all very inexpensive, and they go a long way, so you'll get a lot of use out of them. Now, I mentioned earlier that there was a lesson to be learned with this pickup, and that's respect as well as persistence always pays off. Allow me to explain. Now, initially when I messaged the seller, I wasn't the first person to inquire about this lot, but we had a good rapport, and just before he was going to send me an address, the conversation stopped. Everything just went cold. I wasn't sure why, but my last message was, if you change your mind, let me know, and I appreciate your time. And wouldn't you know it, more than 24 hours later, out of the blue, he messaged me and asked if I was still interested. And of course, I said yes.
Yes! Hell yeah!
So I made the 45-minute drive to meet him, and as we started talking, he told me how stressful this whole process was. He said he was cursed out and people were giving him lowball offers of $40 and $50. $50 fucking dollars for a lot worth 16 times that amount. He said I was the only person that seemed sincere and genuine, and that's why he reached back out to me. He also went on to say that even though this box of carts was covered in grime, this was his childhood in this box, which is why I took so much care cleaning all this up. Now, to the average person, this might seem like a lot of work, but this was someone's childhood that I paid pennies on the dollar for. All I had to do was bring it back to life, and that's exactly what I did. Now, if you'll please excuse me, I'm gonna go throw up.
That's disgusting.
5 hours later.
Whew, okay, so after about 5 hours, I am finally done. It took roughly, I'd say 3 hours to cosmetically clean all the games and the system. It then took another 2 hours, give or take, to test all the games, clean the pins, make sure that everything worked. Thankfully, everything does work, so let me show you what all came in this lot. So the first thing is this NES, just nothing special. I would say condition is above average, no cracks, no yellowing. Also came with 2 zappers, no actual controllers, no big deal. I've got extras of those. Came in the power pack, which is always nice because I'm not fond of the third-party ones, and some audio video cables. So pretty good start there. Now I called this an NES lot, but there was 6 random N64 games in here, and some surprising ones at that. We've got the usual crap: Superman 64, F1 Grand Prix, NBA Hang Time. These aren't the greatest games, and they're not worth a lot of money. But Yoshi's Story was in here, really good shape. We got a copy of Super Smash Brothers. This one, unfortunately, this is about as good as I could get it. I don't know if I'm going to replace the label. It's one of those things where you devalue it either way. Whether you put a replacement label on or you keep a damaged label, it's about the same. But still, everything works. All these are tested. This was the shocker. So this is what got me interested in the lot to begin with. This is Goemon's Great Adventure, a game you just don't see every day. As a matter of fact, I've never come across this one in any kind of lot at a garage sale, anywhere out in the wild. This right here is a $100 game. So this paid for this entire lot, which is crazy. And I would say right here, there's easily about $170 worth of value. All right, so now I got 54 NES games I want to quickly get through. So this is like a sports lot. I'm just going to kind of group them together. We got the Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf, Bases Loaded, Pro Wrestling, 2 copies of Tag Team Wrestling, and an RBI Baseball Gray Cart. Very cool to have that. Next up is another sports lot, ice hockey. Got Chris Evert Tennis, the Black Box Golf. This is, I think, just Major League Baseball. This one is surprisingly hard to find. This is Legends of the Diamond. It's around an $18 game, and then the Black Box Baseball. In this next lot, we got a Gray Cart Pac-Man, Tom and Jerry, which is actually kind of a fun game, and it's a little bit pricey, something you don't see every day. 2 copies of Paperboy, Urban Champion, and Gyromite, which is a piece of shit. All right, slowly working our way to some better stuff. So, gotta have a copy of Tetris, Dr. Mario. These are staples. Got Pinball, which is, I guess that's a black box game. Arkanoid, really good copy of Arkanoid. Another title game, Elevator Action. This one is another really good one. And this one surprised me. This is a Rare game, and I don't mean rare as in hard to find, but it's made by Rare. It's a Snake Rattle and Roll. Super challenging game. This one will test even the best gamer. I don't know if I'm going to keep that one. It is difficult to the point of just rage quitting. So nice to see it in this lot, though. This is one that I've never come across as well. Okay, these next 6, pretty paltry. F-15, Jordan vs. Bird, copy of Kung Fu, another staple. Pipe Dream, which I am not familiar with. This is the triple pack with Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, and Track and Field. Then we got WrestleMania, Steel Cage. Next lot, we got Dragon Warrior, Load Runner, another copy of Kung Fu, Star Force, and 2 copies of Top Gun. Not sure what is up with all the doubles in this lot. I don't know if it was a combination of 2 kids in the family and then they each had their own, not sure. Right, only 3 lots to go. Got one interesting one in this lot. So we got Narc, Super Mario Duck Hunt, which is just another one that's in every lot. This is Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, Demon Sword, Solstice, and this one called Vice Project Doom. One I'm not familiar with. It's in fairly decent shape. It sucks that the top of the label here just was missing. But still, other than that, not too bad a shape. And this game's kind of pricey. I think it's in the 40 to 50 range, depending on conditions. So that was a surprise. All right, so we're getting down to the last two here. Another gem in here I'll show you in a second. So this is The Simpsons Bart versus the World, Wizards and Warriors, Iron Sword, Wizards and Warriors 2, Rambo, Simpsons Bart versus the Space Mutants, and then we got the Addams Family Pugsley Scavenger Hunt. I had no idea this licensed game was like a $75 to $80 game. Really good shape. This is one that I'm going to check out and play. Sometimes games, you know, they're rare and they're expensive, but they're just not good games. I don't know if this is the case here. This could be one that's actually good and hard to find. So I'm going to be definitely checking that one out. May keep it, not sure, but nice to see it in there. All right, and this final lot is a pretty good one. Cabal, not the greatest game. Got Shadowgate, a really good copy. Bad Dudes. Then we got Chrysalis, which is an SNK game. I'm not familiar with it, but this one is, you know, a little pricey. Then we got Destiny of an Emperor, another one that I don't know if I'm going to keep or not. Really clean copy, and this one is pretty pricey as well. I think it's in the $40 to $50 range. And then this gem right here. This is G.I. Joe. Had no idea. There's two versions, a Real American Hero, and then there's another one. This one is the pricier one. So this is like, I don't know, close to 90, depending on the day. It can go higher, it can go lower. I did not realize that, again, another licensed type game could be worth that much money. I don't know, again, if it's any good or not. I haven't checked out any gameplay. All I did was clean it and make sure that it worked. So yeah, there you go, guys. A lot of this stuff is going to be at MoGameCon if you're going and you're interested. Again, I cleaned all these. These were all tested on a top loader, so I know that they all work. I mean, between now and then, they may need to be wiped down a little bit with a little bit of alcohol with a Q-tip. But right now, all these games work, and I stand by that. So if you're interested in any of this stuff, come by my table, let me know, and maybe we can work out a deal. Now let's talk about value on all this. I mentioned that I paid $75 for all of it. Now keep in mind that it was absolutely disgusting. You know, this stuff I didn't even want to touch when I met the guy. But after a lot of sweat equity, you know, close to 6 hours of cleaning and testing, the conservative value of everything, when you include, you know, the NES, the zappers, all the games, is over $800. Now this could be a little bit higher, closer to $850, could be a little bit lower, just all depends on when these games are sold and how long I hold on to them. Some could go up, some could go down, but I would say 800 is a really good estimate of the total value. Now I had to work very hard to get it that way, but I think it was well worth it. And I'm really glad that I met that guy. He was very cool. But again, it's nice to bring all this back to life and hopefully give most of these games a new home. All right, let's wrap this up. All right, so there you go. Now, I think you'll agree that while this lot did require hours of cleaning and testing, it was well worth the effort. And even though it's easily one of the top 2 grossest lots that I've ever bought, it's likely to be one of the top 3 most profitable based on what I spent and the total value of what it's worth. And like I mentioned, persistence and just treating people with respect ultimately pays off when you're buying lots like this. Now, what I want to know from you is, what is your favorite game that I showed off from this lot? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. I will catch you on the next one.